This should be on. Alright, good. Sorry about that. Guess that happens when your last stream's a viewer's choice. You completely forget. That was a bit embarrassing. Sorry about all that. It's been a while. I guess that means all the stuff before was off. I forget that the microphone setting is off for that. Anyway, first, I did update the loading screen. I thought that'd be nice to share. So yeah. I'm gonna give this a whirl and see what happens. Radio. So, technically I'm fine doing anything, although I want to focus on Salmon for now. And see where that takes us. But yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not in a rush. I did not expect Splatoon to get another major update. So from what I've heard, basically, a lot of weapons got extra kits. And now, if I'm correct, the freshness also got reworked. Or actually, I take that back, it did not. And now... Okay, actually, I completely take that back. Its meter did not change at all. But if I go into weapon hell here... Wait for it. Let's see all the lecturing Sheldon has to say. I also can drop some stars. It really has been a while. Sorry about that. I always get stuff on my phone. My judge. Wait, it's not done yet. You know, this almost makes me nostalgic, for some weird reason. The worst part is, if I took my time, I could actually have an hour-long conversation with this nerd. That'd be horrifying. Ah, hello, Sergeant. Welcome back. See, you're on your full glory. Wait, actually, no, that's not accurate. Right, it's just Sergeant Junior now. I saw that. Huh, good job. Or at what cost? Welcome back. All right, finally, his yammering is finished. First, we'll do a trial run. Then we'll see what happens. He got boring. Ooh, damn. That's rough. Oh. Voice chat on. Wait a second, I just realized. That's a setting on this game. I almost never use it, because I don't usually feel the need to. But yeah! Oh my god. Voice chat on and off. That's true, people can now start calling you properly. That must be a huge win. Good for you. Good for you, man. I just realized, the voice chat on is a setting this whole time. It never crossed my mind, since, like, the voice chat was a thing in the Nintendo Switch Online app, but on the other hand, you have Discord, so there was really no point. The Nintendo Switch 2 has a built-in microphone. You could easily use voice chat. Oh my god, that's a real game changer. I kind of wish I did find some way to snake a Switch 2. But I also built an honor code. Since Switch 2 is both expensive and going to take some time to obtain, including myself, I made a policy not to use voice chat until, like, late summer at the earliest. Oh, whoops. I need high ground. Fine, good. There we go. Problem solved. Yep, back on the ground, I see. I'll keep rolling the dice. I don't mind improvising if necessary. I also consider the high possibility that nobody, like, hardly anyone shows up to these streams, since, well, as you know, first off, I may have implied that my first stream would have been tomorrow instead of today. And second off, I've seen a decline in interest in Salmon Run streams, but that could just be the audience. Who's to judge? Oh, I was not paying attention. Well, that was tragic. So many Satans! So much chaos. I ain't good. What the? Ooh. Sorry about that. My phone just rang with flash flood. No, that was unfortunate. Not even enough to get a bronze trophy. Imagine if I just stopped Big Run now. Oh, there we go. Grizzco weapon. The palm of my hand. That was a mess. Alright. Wow. There we go. Physical weapon, this gets too easy. See. Alright, not too shabby. Alright, let me not jump the gun now. Can't have much of a well seen here. Go! It's got close. Not too shabby. It's been a while since I've used a Hydra Splatling. But I know they use long range. So if I get this to fully charge, this thing can do a lot of damage. There we go. Way small, pesties. Wait, they're small fries. Just insulted. Oh well. Alright, well that was something. What am I doing? I guess I see some people with... Yeah, okay, I'm seeing a few other streamers doing the big run, but either I'm seeing a lot of streams on YouTube where the big run only has 1 or 0 people watching. It's really odd. Okay, another match. Gotta focus. Guess, I suppose this is like the 11th big run. I mean, guess it would be inevitable people got tired. Darn. But I'm not allowed to stream big run anymore? Is this what the fate is telling me? Okay, that could not have been me. If I killed that steelhead back there, that would be so wrong. Yeah, I saw. If you want my thought on it, I think a big contribution is the words. I've noticed a lot of shorts I've watched on YouTube have the words. Which I will first say, English has basically become a global language at this point. Even when I was at Japan, there were still a lot of English signs. In the US, I almost never see things in another language. But like my time in Japan, English felt a lot more common. Like you almost never see Spanish dialogue in this country, in the United States. So it really is interesting. I think words have a big factor. Also, welcome back, Jahim. I'm glad you showed up. I'm doing all good. Came back from vacation. I'm just trying to recover from jet lag. I'll say that much. How about you? Trip? It was alright. Good amount of things I saw. A lot of things I didn't ask for, but enjoyed anyway. A lot of them involved go-karting in Japan. And going on top what might be the second tallest building in the world. What else can I say? Well, I didn't go on top, maybe halfway. Still. Oh, fun. I even got to visit the Super Nintendo World for the first time in my life. There were some things I wish I could have done, but didn't get to. The big one being the Nintendo Museum. I'll probably have to register 3 months in advance, which I didn't realize until it was too late. When I realized it was too late, I think back in April, I was kind of in a melancholy state, but I kind of got over that. So I had a lot of fun for still what it's worth. In fact, I even technically tried egg yolk for the first time. I guess through Tatsudon or something like that. So it also gave me a little more push to go outside my comfort zone. I also learned that it rained a lot in June. Which is fun because I recently got a flash flood warning in my area. Business as usual, that's right. Back on topic for the whole short thing, if you're still here, Sergeant. Yeah, I feel like having the words quick action made it quick to watch, and getting them to stay for at least 30 seconds are three fundamental features. Sometimes I even use doom scrolling in the morning as a way to kind of try to find patterns. It's one thing I kind of like about the machine. It's good for content farming. Well, genuine content farming. But yeah, it still feels kind of cheap. I'm doing fantastic. Business as usual. The time zone, Tokyo, is 13 hours different from the EST. You expect it to be very different feeling. Surprisingly, it wasn't really. What's going on with my team? And one more needed. Let's just finish it off. Okay, one more for revenge. Glue. Huh, maybe glue. Who knows? At least this is boosting the ranks. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I basically did. Well, it basically consists of 2 parts. The first part was a college tour, where I basically got to visit some game studios. Some stuff I'm not allowed to talk about for confidentiality reasons. It's a professional industry, keep that in mind. But also, part of it, I mean, some of it's information that I think the general public is best off not knowing. Also, I know that some of the stuff that the hosts in the studios that had me over, some of it I already knew, actually. Actually, some of it I've already talked about on this channel. Am I expected to get a Switch 2 soon? I don't know. I want to get a Switch 2 soon. I thought, like, there's a few different thoughts throughout my mind. I've been keeping an eye on the websites. Okay, it's Rush. Sorry about this. Keeping an eye on the websites. In my current area, all the Switch 2s seem to be either out of stock or at GameStop, which my dad does not want me buying a Switch 2 at, because they try to get you to spend extra money buying other stuff you may not need. In the end, I'm still not making my own money personally yet. Well, that's not entirely true. I'm not living on my own. And since I'm not the household owner, I don't always get the final say. I will probably get a Switch 2 before the fall. Like, late Augusters, whatever you call it. But yeah, stock and demand really has it. I was hesitant on pre-ordering since I didn't realize how the pre-order process worked, and I was kind of afraid that pre-order meant it would get sent to me on Amazon, and I didn't, and since I'd be at all... What now? Yeah. Since the Switch 2 would be releasing basically a week before I'd go home, I didn't want to have someone ship a $500 console in front of my house, only to have the Porsche Pirates steal it. So, in retrospect, it was kind of unlucky in that regard. I also didn't realize that in order to buy a Switch 2 in Japan, you have to be a Japanese citizen. Which also sucks times 1,000. I was devastated the day I found that out. Although it could be a blessing in disguise. Part of me is... I also want to keep an open eye on Switch 2 reviews. I don't really care about the price or the emulation. And actually, most of the games I get nowadays, I download. But hearing about the battery life, and hearing a reviewer, which was kind of positive, for the most part, stating that his battery went down to 45% after 45 minutes of Mario Kart World, that scared me. Now, I heard there are some bugs involving battery. I do not want to go through a whole battery draining process that could hurt my console to fix that bug. So part of me is considering maybe I could wait a bit, see if the newer versions of the Switch 2 have better battery. Or maybe I should, or maybe if the Switch 2 keeps getting hate, maybe I should just wait until the Switch 2 OLED comes out and buy that. This is Switch 1. Switch to a stick drift, LOL. Yeah, I saw that as well. Another thing that did kind of displease me. I regret fully. That's true, I technically did get to play Mario Kart World once. I got my butt kicked. Maybe because the other two people who were playing already played a game before me, and I didn't know how to play. Which, I think it's the same controls as Mario Kart 8, but I wasn't sure at the time. Ah, crap. Yes, happy Season 4 launch day. I also did say this in the community post. While it could be subject to change, I don't plan on utilizing the voice chat for Switch 2 until maybe the fall. I want to give people time who want to Switch 2 to get Switch 2. Because there's, like, I'm having trouble with the stock issues. Getting one stock. So I want time for it to settle down, so I make sure that everyone who wants a Switch, who wants to participate, get the Switch. Well, Switch 2. I keep forgetting it's called that, and honestly, it's been fine. Oh well, though. So, looking at what I've seen from Mario Kart World, I generally want to get the game. I saw some reviews, 9 out of 10 from, I think, Nintendo Life or some other. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. So, it's not a curtain dropping game. But regardless, the gameplay still looks really fun. I could see myself getting 200 or so hours out of the game. Actually, that makes me wonder. Wait, hold up. Want to first make sure this saves. I also realized that you could probably do voice chat in Splatoon 3, which is also a big game changer. Oh, that's realizing something. Okay, I have 220 hours in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You can feel how everyone in the store. Oh, with the controllers that drifting? Actually, I don't know what you mean when you say that, Axolotl. In the Shibuya Nintendo store, it's the same thing. Dang. Same with the Kyoto Nintendo store, which I went to as well. The Mario Kart World demo, Mario Kart World Showcase is all the demo. What you may have been seeing on the Switch 2 hype stuff. EC for life. Yeah. Right. Controller was super warm, like sitting on a warm... God, that kind of warm seat. That's funny, because I also know that one of my toilets at the hotel had the option for the seat to be warm. I don't know why that's a thing. My sister liked it. I didn't. But it's a thing. Yeah. Atmosphere 2 for Switch 2. Atmosphere 2? Atmosphere's a love story. Odd. I got blah blubber. But yeah, PC for life. I'll say. I also considered maybe getting a Steam Deck or a better computer. Part of me is wondering, I don't know how long the interest in Mario Kart or the Switch 2 is going to last. I mean, I don't know if by the 19th, but my favorite streamer actually did say he was afraid that Mario Kart World could just be an exciting fad for 2 weeks, and then nobody ever talked about it again. Which for an $80 price game, that would completely suck, and I can see what he's getting at. I mean, the biggest thing I've been looking at that back this up is Echoes of Wisdom. Hemisphere is also a mod for Switch. Oh, I see. Gotta clear the chaos. That would be funny. Atmosphere 2 for Switch 2. What exactly is Atmosphere? Just curious. It would be nice to have the new theme in backgrounds. I will agree. It would be nice. You're also not gonna like hearing this. I don't think it's something they need. I'm not saying they should definitely do it, and it shouldn't be hard to implement at all. The only thing that I don't like to admit is that if Nintendo wanted to add themes to the Switch or Switch 2, they probably would have already done it by now. I mean, I want them to do it. I really want to. I am tired. Like, okay, I'm not tired, but it is unexciting to have this kind of menu layout compared to what we saw back then. It feels super simplified or desensitized. If you know what I'm saying. The groups... Unique sec for chat. That's something. Yeah, totally. But yeah, cutting the stem firmware might be something. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it depends. I don't think using a company as a reference. I think it matters more on the kind of employee you get. Which I could really expect Nintendo to have both types of employees to actually try and not give up until the job is done, or someone do a half-assed job and be like, I tried. Oh well. Basically, Jack from the Amazing Digital Circus. That kind of character. Yeah. Although, since a lot of the mechanic stuff, I believe, come from Japan, I would expect a lot more of the former. Well, but the big problem another thing I could expect would be the language barrier. I may have to reiterate a research to prove this, but I don't think Japan has a lot of criticism for the Switch 2. And that could just be a difference in culture. But yeah, still. The Switch 2, actually no, I'm not going to say having unique themes would be a selling point for me. But it would be a nice thing to have. And could create more personality between Switch different devices. I'm going to say that. It would make each Switch feel more independent, or give it character. Or I could argue that the Nintendo Switch and its successor feel very... Well, I'm not gonna say robotic. If we have someone on the channel named Robotic. No robotics to walk, right? Maybe formulaic. Are you really trying to rage bait me, Sergeant? Really doing that? I mean, I will say this. If, on theoretical hand, Mario Kart World severely underperforms compared to $70 games, same with the upgrade. Actually, no. Hold up. I will rationalize. I think the upgrade packs, same with the Welcome Tour, I think that's greed. Saying Nintendo is the example of greed, I would say would be a hardcore rumor. I've seen stuff way worse in terms of greed. And no, I'm not referring to the Golden Cheese Kingdom from Cookie Run. Which, for those who don't know... basically, in Cookie Run Kingdom, the Golden Cheese Kingdom basically encourages greed. For us, greed is a deadly sin. In the Golden Cheese Kingdom, greed is... It's similar to being swole. Imagine that. Imagine that for a moment. If being greedy was the equivalent, like, resulted in high praise. Of course, that's not a society we live in. Nor should it be. But I did kind of find it very funny. If anything, I feel like part of the greed statements are criticism. Part of it could be competitor slander. Although, of course, that's all superstition. Not superstition. Circumstantial. And speculation, but something in my head. Buying 450 3DS consoles to protest Switch 2. Oh boy. That would be wild. Another thing, though I feel like pointing daggers at Nintendo for the $80 games and 50 prices, and calling that greedy, I feel like that's a wrong direction. I'm not saying Nintendo is not doing anything greedy. I think they have. And I know a few examples. The biggest one I can think about is what they're doing with their expansion online service. I don't buy that, and I really don't like that either. Don't like the service either. The only way you can get Super Mario 64 is by buying their $50 a year membership. That's ridiculous. You get so much value out of the default Nintendo Switch Online, and then it almost feels like it feels so suspicious with the expansion pack. It's like they're trying to trap you into money. And I mentioned that to my dad as well, actually I think a few days ago, and he said hearing that made him angry. Like, he was disgusted upon hearing me tell him that you can only get Super Mario 64 legally by getting the expansion pack membership. I don't think that should be allowed. But it's Nintendo's intellectual property, and they have the right to do whatever they can with it, even if everybody hates it. Also, Big Wave. Also, welcome back, Mew Mew. How you doing? What's sleazy companies? Activision and Ubisoft. That is interesting. Did I buy Switch 2? Not yet. It's currently sold out. Here you go for Bardis. There we go. I want to get a little concentration in here. So the other good example of grade I can find is the upgrade packs. Paying $10 extra always for better graphics, in my opinion, is obvious greed. Oh my god, we are doing so much damage. Goes down. Oh my god, chat. No way. First stream and Megalodontia is down. I repeat, all three are down. What the heck? That never happens. Wow. I think that might be my third time I've been in the Triumvirate. What luck. I didn't even realize it. I was kind of caught up on the conversation, just trying to live. And then that happens. Oh my god. I heard that GameStop stapled the receipt on the front, which broke this. What? No way. That's messed up. Sorry about that. Like, the Switch 2 breaking that easily? Like, that is so cool. Hello, Michael D. Welcome. Also, nice name. Okay, this group. I know this group's probably not watching it. I know this team is not watching the stream, but they deserve another round with me. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be putting myself at that high of regard, but still. I am so impressed. They're funding the Switch 2. My dad thinks that the Switch 2 is going to be the third big failure of Nintendo. And that it's going to severely underperform, just like the GameCube and Wii U. Me, on the other hand, I think that the Switch 2 is going to really hit the solid gray area here. It's not going to do as well as the Switch 1, but it's not going to make the company lose money. Nintendo's higher-ups, I feel like, have become a lot more cold-blooded and have definitely doubled down on their marketing tactics. So even if they don't get a lot of games, they're still doing a lot of tricks to get people to spend money. Actually, what I said doesn't make sense. And what I said isn't accurate either. In the fourth failure. Oh right, the Virtual Boy, I can't forget that. Not showing his words. But that's a really good point. That's a really good point. I completely forgot the Virtual Boy existed. And I guess there's also the game that hosted the Hotel Mario. That went really bad. But again, those I don't even remember. In fact, you had to remind me they exist. Oh my, you know what? Yeah, I kind of want, I kind of want to delete that message right now before someone sees that idea and gets inspiration, because that might be our future 12 years from now. I mean, I didn't think Battle Passes would continue to be an influence back in 2018-19. And 6 years later, they still are. I think Fortnite has basically gotten its reputation to compete with Minecraft and Roblox. Which also makes me realize change isn't always for the better. Nintendo now is Michael. I hope you're joking. Oh. Actually, 6 worth selling. DS and Wii Nintendo. Actually, me and my dad also talked about that as why. You know what? I might also say the Switch as well. You may not want to admit it, because, well, this decade of Nintendo has basically turned, I'm not going to say a criminal, I'd say a party pooper. And I personally think there's a lot of other aspects. Those might be for another time, though. NESC and SNESC. What are those? But yeah, I realized, like, all the games, like, the DS and the Wii both introduced something new, completely new. The DS had dual screen, it was easily portable. Like, it also had wireless play, it was something you could be social with. Like, you gotta get all, you want a game to be popular, you're going to want to get all 4 of Barlow's player types. You want to attract the people who play for friends, the people who play to explore, the people who play for challenge, people who play to compete. Well, when I say challenge, I mean to... Actually, yeah, to challenge. I'll admit that compete what may not be that big of a deal back then. But I definitely feel like what made the DS and Wii so grand was how mainstream they were. Credits. I see the PFP. Yeah, my apologies. Sure. Give me one moment. You sure? I haven't seen any PFP. No offense. Alright. Do I have any hear me out? A lot of stuff happening at once. Oh, wait. I see the ducks. Clever. Technically, that's a hidden secret Easter egg I implemented into PR200. Nice, huh? Okay, now I want to see. Mario Kart World microtransactions. Okay. I see something on Red saying I think Nintendo will... That says I think Nintendo will introduce microtransactions. It's possible they do that. It's not the fear I was having where it'd basically be the Clash of Clans kind of microtransaction where you spend money for better gameplay. That would ruin the game and lock in Nintendo as a greedy company. Because that would turn the game into a pay-to-win. I will also acknowledge, that's something I do not like about Smash Bros. The DLC in that game is a lot more expensive than what... Like, Sakurai's probably been the most expensive I've seen in any game console, not just Nintendo. To buy all the DLC for Smash 4 is, I think, at least $200. Yes! In a way, I'm kind of relieved that Nintendo kind of didn't pursue Mario Kart Tour. If they basically focused their major on Mario Kart World Tour, that could have ended up really badly. At least for both us who enjoy like exploring the games. Because let's be real, Mario Kart Tour doesn't even feel like you're playing a game. You don't even have to do anything. What else? Also, I mean, multitasking is not easy. But yeah, like... I can imagine. Dude. At the end of the day, I'm glad Nintendo is still making games. I think that's what I was trying to say. Just play any game like Rivals or any shooter. Am I saying that's not a good game? Okay, on a serious note, people have their preferences. I know a close friend of mine, he does not like Nintendo games. Oh, I may have just changed myself. I was saying, a friend of mine does not like Nintendo games. He's way more into shooters like Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege. For him, Nintendo games would probably be like, maybe how you see Barbie. Well, there's a chance you might like Barbie, but I don't know that. But chances are, you are not interested in it at all. Whenever you see something like it, you know, it's like, it exists. Okay. Next. Yeah, my friend would probably see these games the same way. To take that into perspective, we all have our different tastes. So there really is no right opinion or wrong opinion. In the end, what matters is what makes you feel at home. In the end. Technically, I've had my fun with this. Although, I don't want to basically be in a position where I pick a game and stick with it. I feel like that good dries up. When you level or Splatoon? I'm part of it. I know there is a lot of lore into the Splatoon 1 game. I didn't read that. I think I tried reading the Splatoon 3 lore, but it basically just adds new stuff. It was like they expect you to have the Wii version of Splatoon. Oh god, Grizzco. Oh, also, just realized, it's past 9. Gotta give you guys some points. Get the chance, I'll do it. I know basically at some point the Inklings and Octarians had some feud. Sometime during the course of Splatoon 2, they got figured out and got into some sort of truce, I believe. Apparently, in this game at some point, mammals did once roam over the world, but evolution basically backfired. And we got Mr. Grizz. Alright, hold up. There we go. You can craft your Ultra Kill. Oh, boy. But yeah, I was saying, everyone has their own tastes. Me, part of the reason why, there's two reasons why I've basically stuck with Nintendo. Even though I think, for the most part, in the US, it's basically cultural not to be interested in cartoons unless you're young. Like, juvenile. There are exceptions, and I include myself here. There are a few different reasons. I didn't really like the fast-paced action shooters. Same with Smash Bros. In a way. And actually, it might even include Mario Kart. I was always more fond of the more relaxing games. The ones that had to use your mind. Similar to Mario Party in a way. Where not all the knowledge was obvious. Part of it involved discovery. And keep the thrill alive. Same with Salmon. It's not super fast-paced. It's like, I'll say, I find this game, Salmon, a different game from Splatoon. Splatoon, you're trying to outsmart a player. In Salmon, you're working together. Oh, okay. You know what? I might want to switch subjects shortly now, because you actually asked a question that I really want to talk about. Now, that is a really good one. Oh, darn. Oh, you'll be surprised, but no. I didn't spend a single penny. after I conclude this, I will tell you the strategies I did. Squidding me. I already have every beast. Honestly, same, man. Their stimmers are overwhelming. Actually, you know, I think we beat the console topic for death. Oh, wait, no, that's what I was going to say. My interest in stuff. I always love the world exploration more than the fighting and competing. I realized, like, after playing Clash Royale for so long, actually really stuck during the pandemic, and I realized I'm doing all this PvPing, and for what? Even if I become the world champion, who's actually going to care? Is becoming the best player in a game, like no one ever was, going to make people love me? I had these thoughts to myself. And then I realized, no, it's not. Who cares? It's a video game. And that still started making me realize, the people who are really cracked at a video game spend all this time and effort, and what's it all for? That's the primary reason why I shifted my interests into exploration over competition. Now, the real thing on why I'm already at Cookie Run Kingdom level 11, player level 50. Now, there are a few things I will say. Cookie Run Kingdom, the devs give a lot of free stuff in the mail. Same with the events. The events gave a lot of free stuff. It's absurd. When I did a stream of Cookie Run, you may have noticed I had a pork load of juicy jellies. Like, even now, I'm logging on 3 Cookie Alliance tickets. Actually, you know what? I want to see if I can show you now. Just for reference. I want to see if I can do it. Wait, no, it's going to download the new update. Not going to work. Sorry about that. I can only talk. I realize that it's going to... I need to download the newest version. Maybe tomorrow if I can. Okay, the first thing. Maxing out your production slots is a big advantage. The amount of gems the game gives you is insane. Each level in Crispia can get you 100 gems if you 3-star it. And each chapter, starting on the 4th world, it's 30 levels, so already that's 3,000 gems. But you get a lot more than that, of course. But yeah, getting the maxing out production slots, which you could upgrade up to 4 times, it's also really cheap. 300, 500, 700, 900, 100, big deal. Another thing is that the XP you're given to level up in the later chapters is also wild. It goes into the millions. So I'll actually say, after level 40, level ups actually start getting challenging, and I'm actually starting to feel a sluggish pace to level up. But it was so easy to get to level 40 because of how much EXP you can get in the earlier chapters. I think that has something to do with how they balanced leveling up. which, in my opinion, they did a bad job. But also, each time you level up, you get stamina jellies, which I use to beat even more levels. I think part of it was me getting a beast cookie, the fact I could use the boss rate to get to level 80 very early on. But yeah, luck was also another big factor. And the game just keeps giving and giving. Yeah, same with the events. And technically, using the Ancient Cookie event, you get 3 of the 5 Ancient Cookies for free. Now, I will acknowledge, getting the beasts, that does involve luck. And I will also mention, I was playing the game multiple times a day. Throughout the month. Actually, even including during my trip. When I got a chance to log on, I would get those production slots used. Make sure something's produced. Because if you're making your time out of the hours, the early game goes by much faster. On the other hand, if you're only playing the game once a day, and you're too scared to use the production slots, well, then crafting a hammer is going to be the same as crafting an axe. That's the best weapon in Splatoon 3. My favorite in PvP is the Nautilus. In Salmon Run, are hard to say. Any Grizzco weapon does. I also didn't realize the boss raids were something temporary. But yeah, the Star Jelly concentration is a big deal. Same with the Hero Altar. I didn't realize it before, but getting 5 cookies to level 90 is also an important thing. Because getting 5 cookies to level 90 will mean your Paragon in the Cookie Altar is level 90. Meaning any cookie you place in the Worship Chamber, whatever it's called, will be boosted to the max level. Yeah, free room working. Interesting. So ironically, yeah, Cookie Run Kingdom is one of those examples of those mobile game commercials where you hear someone be like, "How are you this good already?" It's like, I entered code LUCKY777 and got 300 free draws. That literally is Cookie Run Kingdom. They use their quests, and you get, and I believe you get at least 300 free draws. I believe last 2 rewards are 2 free super epic cookies. I was surprised, it took me a while. Like, I know for a fact I got my first beast cookie before my first super epic. They didn't start coming out until the late game. Races work. Oh, let's see. This is worked by 9 frames per second. Hold on, I'm trying to emulate Mario Kart World right now. Did they already come up with that? Did they already beat Nintendo at emulation? Oh my god. Way to go, man. Way to go. I wish you luck. Use the word for switch to... Wow. I wonder what happened. But, oh, you need a NAND dump. Yeah. That's the catch. The NAND dump. Or a supercomputer. I see double flyfish. Time to bring out the big guns. That ain't good. Try to think what other strategy I use to get myself to max level quickly. Right, the landmarks, that's another thing that helped make Cookie stronger. I prioritize spending the gems on the things I could buy only once, and I could only buy with gems. Well, for me, those were the landmarks and the expand and the upgrade and the extra slots. Since gems were so easy, like I played Heyday, which I feel like is a similar game to Cookie Run Kingdom, at least the farming section. A big difference I noticed though is that in Heyday, getting the premium currency is much harder and much more scarce, making it much harder to get extra slots in the game. Whereas in Cookie Run Kingdom, like you get 100 gems each time you 3-star a level in Crispia, and in Beast East, if you beat a level on normal, 300 gems. Beat a level on hard, 600 gems. As I said, in Beast East, beat a level on normal, you get 300 gems. Well, technically 200 plus 100. Beat a level first try on hard, 600 gems. And just by playing the game and exploring, you get gems. It's just the fact the game gave you so many gems. I've actually have fallen into temptation of spending gems on gacha, which I really should cut off because there's still upgrade slots I can buy. Moving to Mongol. Oh wow, what happened? Wow. Hope you have a safe flight. I'm curious. Oh god. Escaping the popo. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Also, is Mongolia in South America or Africa? I keep forget. East Asia. Oh. Hello, big man. Welcome back. Wow. That really is something. Just curious, which country are you currently in now? If that wouldn't be too much for me to ask. Okay, good. I have a command turned off. I mean, I believe you. I don't see why you'd be lying about moving. I first thought it was a joke. Hello, Joy. Welcome. That's unfortunate. Or exciting, on how you put it. Really? I really need to turn those commands off. Oh, I really am losing my touch. Sorry about that. I've been moving around like a bouncy ball. Come on, let me do that. Let that do something. I'm getting too carried away on the overfishing. It's getting in my head. And also, I'm just curious if some things are getting filtered out in the top chat. We can finally be a bee. This is good news. We are a pet, says Omni-Man. Alright. Congratulations. I don't know if that will drastically affect the time zones or not. Yeah. Oh, maybe I have a good job looking forward. Who's to judge? Might be better than being stuck in corruption country. But then again, no matter judge. I keep saying that. I don't know. That was a meme. I see. Still a lot of culture for me to catch up on, I guess. There we go. Can your dad say? I guess he could, if he wanted to. There has been times my dad's pranked me while I was streaming. And then we craft. Oh, come on! Again. Alright, fine. They want me? Come and get me. That's... Did you die? Wait. Gee, is that your home? That's my home. Stop slime. What? The heck? Oh, you're referring to the... I get it now. I think it's referring to the game. Oh, harming salmon. Yep. Sorry, it took me a little bit to figure it out. All good. I guess even now I can get a little sensitive and scary. Oh, scaredy. Oh. That was intense. So wow, I'm impressed. Getting quite the fashion sense. May have to get some stars in there. Maybe one more. There we go. Well, toxic peak. Oh, wanna hop in? Be my guest. Actually, I've been using open lobbies this whole time. Actually, you're the first one that actually wanted to join in. Welcome, and congratulations. Keep in mind, this is played on a Switch 1, so I don't have the voice chat yet. What? Can let me know. Like, want to enter the pool call? Be my guest. I can do other things if you want. Okay, I want to go back now that I'm looking at it. The red post that says, I think Nintendo will introduce microtransactions into Mario Kart World. As we saw in the Direct and the Treehouse, they introduced costumes and removed the ability to customize carts. And with that there's a high possibility that Nintendo will introduce a store-like feature where they sell costumes in carts like CTNRF. DM'd me the PFP. Alright. Oh yeah. I think I saw that before. The multi-rainbow colored profile picture. Maybe that can be used for Season 13. Maybe, I don't know. Interesting. I made a joke, Season 13. I was just coming up with a random number. How do you get the rainbow kaleidoscope background? That's true, you did join the channel when I did that. But time flies. Season 13, coming soon in 6 years already? Hold up, hold up. I thought so. Alright, Vortex got in. Forgive me for doing this, Vortex. I'm gonna have to do a tutorial. Alright. When you load up your game, you'll have your master menu. On the third tab, you'll have all these invitations. The plus button, over here, join pool. Press the plus button and enter the name you want to join. My pool code is this right here. So for reference, ICE, capital D, ISK. Now, I know some notification, you'll be able to enter me through here. For example, I'd be pressing A join. You might get something like this. You'd be pressing yeah. And you will get on. Sorry about this, Vortex, once again. Have to do a refresh. Gotta go. Thanks again, Mew Mew. All good. So, seriously again. Like, thanks again, Vortex, for letting me use you as an example. I'm sorry once again. if I let your hopes up. Alright, got Squid Kid. If you give me the rule of thumb, I'll do it. Although I feel really bad for Vortex. There you go, he's back on. Alright, we got a group, we're good. Oh, we got full party. Nice. Hello, Vortex. How you doing? Sorry about the stuff before. I wanted to show Toxic B a demonstration of how the pool codes work. Alright. Yeah, thanks, man. Of course. Stand ready. Make reaction videos. Maybe I can do that one day. I can. I have to get my acting skills ready. And learn how to crash out on television without actually crashing out. That's a joke. I don't want to look like a internet. Well, okay, that's not entirely true, but don't look like a Karen or a Kevin fool. Make some smooth traveling. Go. Go. Enable that. Now, spin a tire. Go. Go jam machine. There we go, now I'm feeling like myself again. Right. Ugh. Stranded. I think I got a good early paint. That'll be useful. Dan said multiple times that. Meanwhile, it's much worse. I thought surprising getting rusty. I'll have to get used to it for my upcoming summer job. Which this time, I don't have to move to another state for 5 or so weeks. So, which is also why Season 4 started now, instead of August. I was just making remarks to myself on how dry my voice is. Boop. Well, that sucked. Oh no. Alright. Let's put some balance in here. Get out. Should be able to take out this. We're getting overwhelmed. Yeah, let's go. You know what? I may have to call Broken Arrow now. Just the turn my dad taught me over the trip. Means when all hope's lost in the war, it's every man for himself. saved a few seconds. Sorry, guys. Hey, that's true. We can still try again. Don't lose hope. Could also be the triumvirate taunt. Getting the best. The biggest strategy I resort to is gunning the bosses. They are by far the biggest threats. And I've actually... This actually has also inspired me in college. The more threats you have, the more chance you have of failure. So in order to better your chance of success, remove every threat. Alright, got the roller. When use that support weapon, cover turf. Another personal advice, divide and conquer. Try to go for areas someone's not already in. Oh, we don't need to go this way yet. Hold up. This way could be useful. Good. Flyfish, dead. Doesn't even get to launch a missile. Okay, maybe it launched one. There we go, now we're cooking. We'll take a second, make sure aim's good, not swarmed. I know flood wasn't big, but I'm still trying to turf up the area. And even lesser salmonids are threats. Normally, this kind of playstyle should never do in PvP. But I say, Salmon is like a different game entirely. It's one thing I really like about this. Directly to your survival, Fish Stick isn't much of a threat. Its strength is that it inks up the area, making it hard to get around. It paints as easily as a sprinkler. I don't know who Gabriel is. Sorry, Sergeant. Alright. Now it's got the back alley. I can use that for extra high ground, especially since I have a longer range weapon. Alright. They seem to be doing a good leap on the front. If you got big distance, only then it would be safe to use bombs. Otherwise, you'll make a lot of other damage doing that. An exception would be if someone's down. Alright, still ahead. Find the weak spot. Here we go. Stinger. Alright. I had the D. Go, helpful snatcher. Not like where those lids are positioned. Just making back in Squid Kid to get closer. Alright, not too shabby. 36. Alright, L3. At first, this was one of my least favorite weapons. But I'm not a person that's good at staying mad at people. And that includes objects as well. So I found the good in this. It has a quick attack speed and better turret coverage than the H3. Also nice. Which I'm guessing the H stands for high, this stands for low. That's just a game theory, don't judge me. Alright. Alright. Out of range. We're back away. Alright, I'm going to jam this thing. Scrappers will consistently pursue its prey until it's either splatted or destroyed. Or it gets destroyed. Alright. This will probably be game over. Ideally, you don't want to use your specials last second. Oh well. Oh, and Frank, I also realized this. On my time in Japan, I got a promotional magazine from Mario Kart World. I didn't bring a Switch 2 home, but I brought the next best thing. I also bought a Salmon Run cooler bag, because why not? I'm community posting Salmon Run. I better show some dedication. Close. That's true. No demotion. At least the meter's going up. Yeah, Nintendo's really up and about hiding the special cup in this game. Quote of the day, the end is now. You know, the thought of making a Cope video where I unbox an Atari throwback console and put paper over it to say Switch 2. That's funny. I'm so sorry. Did not realize I wasn't ready yet. Alright. Let's see if that works. I ain't good. What's the day? I know, hard, right? There we go, thanks, Wicked. Idol, help me. Sometimes the best key to success is a good work ethic. Actually, that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to learn Japanese. Whenever I see a Japanese player, whether it was in Clash Royale or in Splatoon, they kicked my butt! And I got tired of that, so I wanted to learn their language, to understand why they were so good. Learning the language didn't teach me that. But over time, I learned that if you want something bad enough, you'll do anything it takes. Even if it means spending 10,000 hours over a decade to master a game. Or to expert it, in gamer terms. Sorry. I had to do another Hillary Clinton dialogue. But, for what it's worth. But, things are still smooth still. I got the new ace up my sleeve. So many drizzler balloons. Perish, fiend! Oh god, no. Hello, CPU. Hope you're not too late. You came just in time. That's true. If you're early, you're on time. But I saw you before in CPU. Welcome back. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, that's bad news for you. So I guess if you use that logic, no matter what, it's bad news, right? Wrong! Always be early. That's okay though. I'm messing with you. This case doesn't count. Or actually, any streaming cases. How have you been? Had some... Oh, yeah, of course, totally. Take your time. Of course, attendance is never mandatory. I say this as if I'm Mr. Grizz. Alright, you know what? You win! Bye-bye, Flyfish! Come on. Hey, editing takes work. I say, it's part of the job. It's like painting on a canvas. You need a passion, motivation to do it. Otherwise, it never happens. That happened to me with the whole Sniff It bit versus Mr. Beast thing. I still could technically work on it. All the plans I have, Mr. Beast is such an old fad at this point. Like, who's gonna care? Ah! Criticals. So close yet so far. Moi Kai! One more time. Don't want to throw in the hatchet yet. Well, I always have my old man, my dad. But sometimes I learn things naturally. And my dad has lots of wisdom for me. He also has annoyed me. He also has annoyed me lots of times, including on vacation. But that's between us. Man. Okay, I looked on YouTube. Nintendo just posted a video about getting to know their eShop. The thumbnail shows their Mario Kart World. How wrong does that feel? They put on their thumbnail their $80 game. Go there. Welcome back, Michael D. Survival isn't easy. Do you want? There we go, another bullseye. That's bullseye. Okay. Made the quota. Back, Jackson. How you doing? Oops. Life's competition. Wasn't, I'd say I take all the time you need. But unfortunately, that's not quite true. Sometimes, whoever's first gets all the credit and all of the attention. That's true. Getting outside is good for you. Helps your skin, helps your eyes, helps your everything. Even your body. That's one good thing I had out of vacation. I got to get outside. There we go. Too much swarm. Ready to do a big raid on Friday the 13th. I know, they really want to get into the Halloween spirit. Good for them. Alright. Life is priority. People really need to start pay attention to the missiles. Those do a lot more damage. Now that I'm realizing it. I got a sniper. That's something I may have to pay attention to this wave. Drizzlers are a bigger threat than you may think. Their rain not only can make you hard to move around, but also poison you. Right? There's one. Doesn't have to be back at the Drizzler. As long as that thing's depleted away, that's what counts. Oh, wow! Well, good luck. May God have mercy on our souls. Alright. Blood Domino, welcome back. Not a bank. Oh, at least we almost got our bars. That's something. Oh, that's gonna be 2 hours. My throat's kind of getting hoarse. So wanting to switch to feelings mutual, man. I don't think you were here earlier. So let me get you back up on the points. My throat's getting a little bit hoarse. I need to catch up back to Jet. So here might be where I have to cut tails. Map's been updated though. It's better. Big run or big run? Oh, big run. Definitely. Before I go, let me find a raid destination. Yes, the old raid. You know what?
Not saying it's bad. It's not, so. Or there's someone.
Yeah, let me find out the raid link. Am I getting stream schedule again? I don't know. Here you go. Go raid. Always go for the big guy first. Yep. Alright, with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching this stream. I'll see you all next time.